Grab a snack and spill the KT with me. Forget the slow burn tea ceremonies and long walks in the garden. Today we are diving into the bloodiest, most tactical, and high-stakes historical epics ever filmed. These 13 dramas redefined what action means in the K-drama world. We're talking about massive siege warfare, forbidden magic, and political assassinations that will leave you breathless. I'm cutting the fluff, and we're getting straight into the carnage, but fair warning, my number one choice didn't just break viewership records, it fundamentally changed how global audiences look at Korean history. Let's get into it. Number 13, Haechi. Imagine being a prince who is arguably the smartest man in the country, but because your mother was a commoner, you are treated like a ghost. Young Il-woo delivers a masterclass in suppressed rage as Prince Yi-geum, a man who realizes that in a corrupt system, the only way to win is to become the ultimate shadow player. What makes Haechi a masterpiece isn't just the size of the army, it's the size of the corruption. This drama feels like a high-stakes heist movie where you have a ragtag team, including a street-fighting investigator played by Go Ara and a brilliant commoner played by Kwon Yul, fighting to reform the Sahonbu, the Joseon equivalent of a corrupt FBI. Don't expect massive cavalry charges here. Instead, brace yourself for underground street brawls and high-stakes political infiltration where one wrong word is a death sentence. You can currently stream this battle of wits and blades on Netflix and Apple TV, and it serves as the perfect cerebral warm-up for the chaos coming next. Number 12, The Tale of Nokdu. This show starts with one of the best hooks in the genre. A master swordsman has to go undercover in an all-female widow village to find the assassins who tried to kill his family. Jang Dong-yoon gives a legendary performance as Nokdu, balancing the humor of his disguise with a lethality that is genuinely terrifying once the veil comes off. Opposite him, Kim So-hyun plays Dong-ju, a woman with her own hidden agenda and a proficiency with a bow that rivals any palace guard. While the cross-dressing elements provide some levity early on, the show takes a sharp, dark turn into a full-scale rebellion in the second half. The sword choreography is some of the fastest and most fluid in the genre, peaking during a tragic father-son war that feels deeply personal. It's a beautiful, violent story of identity and vengeance that you can binge right now on Netflix and Viki. Number 11, Queen Wu. If you like Game of Thrones style succession or death stakes, this is your gold standard. The story kicks off with a heartbeat-stopping premise. The king has died suddenly, and Queen Wu, played with chilling intensity by John Jong-so, has exactly 24 hours to find a new king and marry him, or her entire clan will be executed by rival tribes. This isn't a drama about embroidery and palace gossip. It's a high-octane race for survival, where the queen herself puts on armor and leads the defense of the palace. The series features an incredible supporting cast including Ji Chang-wook and Kim Moo-yeol, creating a world where every whisper in a hallway is a tactical strike. It moves at a relentless pace, covering only a single day across its episodes, making it feel like a survival thriller set in the Goguryeo era. You can watch this high-stakes chess match played with real swords on Paramount Plus and TVang. Number 10, The Murky stream. This is the 2025 standout that has completely shifted the tone of modern historical dramas. Set at the end of the Joseon era, when the law has essentially evaporated, it follows a nation collapsing into lawlessness, where the dirt and the poverty are just as dangerous as the blades. Ro-woon stars alongside Shin Ye-yoon and Park So-ham in what many are calling the Peaky Blinders of Joseon. The action here is raw and heavy. There are no pretty fights, only desperate brawls for survival in the rain and mud. Ro-woon's character isn't a traditional hero. He's a cynical survivor, navigating a world of outlaws and revolutionaries. The cinematography is gritty and atmospheric, perfectly capturing the feeling of a society on the brink of an explosion. If you want to see a darker, more realistic side of history where loyalty is the only currency, catch this one on Disney+. Number 9, River Where the Moon Rises. What if the princess wasn't the one being saved, but the one doing the killing? Kim So-hyun puts in a career-defining performance as Princess Pyeonggang, who was born royalty but raised as an elite assassin with no memory of her past. When her mission leads her back to the palace to kill the king, her own father, the drama explodes into a story of reclamation and military brilliance. Alongside Na In-woo, who plays the peace-loving Arthdal, the show explores the cost of war as Pyongyang leads armies to reclaim stolen land. The battlefield strategy here is top tier, showing fortress assaults and disciplined sword combat that makes every victory feel earned. It's a tragic, soaring epic about a woman who chooses to be a general instead of a pawn, and it's available to stream on Viki and Apple TV. Number 8, Rebel Thief Who Stole the People. This is the ultimate underdog versus tyrant story, and it is easily one of the most emotionally satisfying uprisings ever filmed. Yoon Kyun-sang stars as Hong Gil-dong, a man born with Herculean strength into a world of oppression. When the ruling class pushes his family too far, he gathers a ragtag army of outcasts, including characters played by Chai Soo-bin and Kim Ji-suk, to take justice by force. This isn't just a Robin Hood retelling. It's an epic that spans decades, showing how a slave becomes a legend that keeps the king awake at night. The scale of the rebellion grows with every episode, culminating in a final battle that will have you cheering at your screen. It's a masterpiece of storytelling and heart, and you can find it on Apple TV and Viki. Number 7, My Country, The New Age. Set during the transition from the Goryeo to the Joseon dynasty, the bloodiest period in Korean history, this drama is a visual masterpiece. Yang Se-jong and Woo Do-hwan play two best friends whose loyalty is torn apart as a new world is born from the ashes of the old. The budget for this show was massive, and it shows in every rain-soaked duel and massive cavalry charge. But the real scene stealer is Jang Hyuk as Prince Bangwon. His portrayal of the cold-blooded king is terrifying and charismatic in equal measure. The show focuses on the people in the shadows of history, the soldiers and spies who actually did the dirty work of building a kingdom. It's consistently intense, heartbreaking, and cinematic, currently streaming worldwide on Netflix. Number 6, Korea Khitan War. For the viewers who crave large-scale tactical medieval warfare, this is the definitive choice. Based on grueling real history, the drama stars Kim Dong-joon as King Hyunjong and the legendary Choi Soo-jong as General Gang Gam-chan. Together, they must defend Goryeo from a massive Khitan invasion that threatens to wipe their nation off the map. This show treats war like a science. You see the siege engines, the command tents, and the gut-wrenching decisions leaders have to make when they are outnumbered 10-1. The 2024 production values are insane, utilizing cutting-edge CGI to show thousands of soldiers clashing on screen. It's rare to see a drama get the military history and the human drama this right. You can witness these massive battlefield strategies on Netflix and Apple TV. Number 5, Dear Hongrang. This 2025 Netflix original is a dark, atmospheric mystery that will keep you guessing until the very last second. Lee Jae-wook stars as a missing heir who vanished as a boy, only to return 12 years later as a cold, dangerous man with no memory and lethal skills. Jo Bo-ah plays his sister, who is the only one suspicious enough to look for the truth behind his return. The action here is stealthy and lethal, less about open battlefields and more about assassins in the dark and palace secrets that kill. The production value is top-notch, creating a Joseon-era world that feels both beautiful and predatory. If you like psychological thrillers with a heavy dose of action, this is a must-watch. It's a Netflix exclusive, and the mystery of who Hongrang really is serves as a perfect binge-watch hook. Number 4, My Dearest. This is war through the heart, and it features what many consider to be the greatest acting performance in a historical drama. Nam Kung-min and An Yoon-jin anchor a sweeping survival story set during the Qing invasion of Joseon. Villages burn, families are torn apart, and our protagonist, Jang Hyun, claims he'll never fall in love, right before he starts crossing enemy lines and fighting off entire platoons to save the woman he loves. The action is grounded and heavy. You feel every sword strike and every ounce of exhaustion on the battlefield. It captures the ugly side of war, the refugees, the prisoners, and the desperation, making the heroics feel 10 times more earned. This award-winning masterpiece is available on Viki and Apple TV. Number 3, Arthdal Chronicles. We've reached the top 3 and we're starting with Korea's answer to Lord of the Rings. This is high fantasy on a scale never before seen in K-dramas, set in a mythical ancient land where tribes fight for the very idea of civilization. Starring Song Joong-ki, Jang Dong-gun, and later Lee Joon-gi in the second season, the show features everything from superhuman warriors with blue blood to massive tribal wars driven by prophecy. The world building is so deep it feels like an epic novel come to life, exploring how gods are made and how empires are forged in blood. Whether it's the guerrilla warfare of the first season or the massive national clashes of the second, the action is myth level. You can find Season 1 on Netflix and the explosive Season 2 on Disney+. Number 2, Alchemy of Souls. This is the peak of fantasy martial arts. Written by the famous Hong sisters and starring Lee Jae-wook, Jung So-min, and Go Yoon-jung, it tells the story of an elite assassin whose soul is trapped in a weak body. To survive, she must train a troublemaker nobleman in forbidden magic so they can take on the corrupt mage clans ruling the land. The water-based magic system and the sword choreography are breathtaking, using CGI that actually looks expensive and cinematic. But the reason it's number 2 is the emotional weight. The master-servant relationship is both hilarious and tragic, leading to some of the most heart-wrenching duels ever filmed. Both parts of this global phenomenon are streaming worldwide on Netflix, and they remain a gold standard for historical fantasy action. Number 1, Kingdom. Here it is, the undisputed number 1. Kingdom is a revolutionary masterpiece that redefined what a K-drama could be for the entire world. Joo Ji-hoon and Bae Doona lead a story where royal conspiracies collide with a deadly plague that turns the dead into monsters. This isn't just a zombie show. It's a political thriller where the monsters are a metaphor for the hunger of the people and the greed of the rich. From the nighttime siege of a provincial fortress to the high-stakes evacuation of the capital, every action sequence is a masterclass in tension and stakes. The cinematography is flawless, the acting is top tier, and the threat feels real because no character is safe. It is the perfect blend of history, horror, and high-octane action. You can watch this world-changing series worldwide on Netflix, and trust me, nothing else on this list quite compares to the sheer intensity of this throne room struggle. There you have it. 13 masterpieces that prove K-dramas are the kings of historical action. I want to know, if you were stuck in Joseon during a zombie outbreak like Kingdom, what would be your weapon of choice? Let's talk about it in the comments. Don't forget to like this video if you found your next binge watch and subscribe to Spill the KT for more elite K-drama breakdowns. I'll see you in the next one.